people here still like rattling their chains, begging you to save them.
Okay. So, and the bear and I both have 2 turns, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, we're just gonna try to rip the things off the wall again.
Sure.
I have a quick question. For inspiration, are we doing that for nat 1s and nat 20s still?
Yes.
But I have to use it for, like, at the end?
You have to use it before the end of the session.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay. Remember, if you have any spells that want to try and enhance this, now's the time.
Well, do I have any spells that would help? I'm gonna re-roll that. That's an 18.
Fuck yeah. Chain ripped off. All right.
And then the bear's gonna do the same thing.
Okay.
So hopefully the bear rolls good. The bear doesn't roll good. The bear rolls a 5.
The bear does not roll well. He's still just tugging on that same chain that he's been tugging on for the last, couple minutes here. You each have 1 round left. There are 2 prisoners left.
Okay. The only
Quinn.
spell that I can think of that would help would be Thorn Whip, but that might kill somebody.
Very possible. Quinn, you're still up top with 2 turns. Is there anything you want to do to try to help? Were you booking with your boyfriend?
At this point in time, this won't have effect on Drew or his bear, but I'd be like, this is the final mercy I can offer you from my goddess. I'm going to use calm emotions on these people while they drowned.
Okay.
Totally hope this works.
I'm not going to make them roll a save or anything like that. I'll say that this works. Drew, you immediately notice as these people are screaming, like eyes wide. They immediately become awash with just a sensation of calm as they kind of put their hands down and just sit on the ground and just kind of look up at you. But all the fear and all of the emotion is gone from their eyes, and they're just kind of accepting.
And then I'm going to book it from the...
It's out of the rotation.
I am out.
Drew, you and the bear have 1 turn left. 2 prisoners.
Oh, there's 2 prisoners. Oh, God. Okay.
Five seconds.
I'm going to have the bear try and rip one of the prisoners off the wall again, like I've been doing.
Jane?
So that is... Yep.
DC 18?
That's... Nope. That's 9. Could I kill them both with 1 turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have to, roll for that?
Nah.
Okay.
Unless there's something special that you would like to describe, or do you just...
Nope.
Ensure that they don't drown.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll probably use harm person.
Okay.
Something a little less violent.
Especially with the calm emotions, they just immediately just cease.
Yep. Better than drowning.
The bear... Do you drop concentration on the bear on your way up?
Yeah.
Okay. And you make your way back up. You immediately jump as you come out the stairwell. Captain Alexander looks back and sees you, releases his claw from the mechanism, and immediately hops over the railing, and the ships begin to drift apart as the bottom of the ship begins to fill with water. You bolt over to the edge and just make an immediate leap over. It's just barely before the ships start to pull apart. You dive over the edge safely back onto the Splinter Zombie fingers as the tide of as the drift begins to pull the raider ship away, and then all of a sudden it clampers at the center and buckles, and you hear the cracking of the wood and everything. And the pressure of the sinking ship immediately just pulls it down under the waves. Several of you run over to the edge and look through the over the edge into the clear water of the river below, and you see this ship just sink and sink and sink for seconds upon minutes before it just disappears into an inky, dark void. Again, these rivers have no bottom. Known bottom. And with that, You're all safely back aboard the Splinter Zombie Fingers. You have rescued 6 of the 10. And we are well past our time for break. So let's go ahead and take a quick 10-minute break. It is 7:54 my time. Let's come back no later than 8:04. And we will pick
Gotcha.
up right where we left over.
So you're telling
Christ
me
alive.
that Morn is in a depth unknown for my death.
Maybe.
Oh no, the bay definitely has a depth. You're fine there.
Oh, I was like, hold on. I'm hated so much that I'm in the chasms upon chasms.
Yeah, there is.
Like I said, to give you an idea, the rivers themselves though
Deserve it.
extend out like veins throughout the entire country, and they have no bottom. So once you get out of like docks proper inside of villages and cities and stuff like that, the rivers immediately just like literally fall off a cliff into the void below. But inside of bays and docking areas, there is a base.
Holy shit, guys. I hate not playing. I love listening to you guys, though.
All right. 8:04 my time. I will be right back.
Man, that was rough.
Like,
That was rough, guys.
I want to commend Maddie on filling the lock full of essentially dynamite.
That was not a good use. Do not tell him that. Marshall was exceptionally kind. Fire-
It's
Fireball,
Yeah.
Fireball is a party wiping spell. Like
Yeah, man.
that is why you don't like people playing wizards because they wipe the party with Fireball.
Dude, just no,
One-
no guts, no glory, man. Don't play it safe. Come on. Yeah. Gotta have fun, right?
I was convinced Maddie was dead.
I waited till
What a
everyone
way to
cleared
go.
the room.
Yeah, but like, what if you had killed Ellie?
Yeah,
she still
I
in there?
waited.
Okay.
To be fair, it would be right on par with Maddie. Like
It really would be. How many
Oh,
party
yeah,
do you want on your hands, Rob?
There's still a bad guy in there, and he killed Ellie with like a fireball or something. I don't know, an explosion. Oh, it sucked.
sick, dude.
Just not tell anyone.
I don't know what happened.
I appreciate that Marshall gave the death of my my spell failure to Maddie for rocking the ship.
Yes.
Yep, that's what I tell everyone too.
Yeah, Quinn, how dare you?
How dare you? You guys feel that too?
Who for Maddie? Like yeah, he's killed a lot of civilians too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was like second session. I killed a civilian, or like 5. Ugh.
you kind of butchered them.
Eldritch Blast. Oh shit!
Oh, shit!
Natural 1.
Maddie kills civilians, I kill us.
No, Maddie kills us too. Like actual player deaths are
Yeah.
mostly attributed to Maddie.
Whoa, whoa! Not everyone knows that, okay?
We're cool.
Quinn
Cool.
suspects it. All right. She watched you punch him out.
Was it me punching Malin in the face that gave it away?
Yo.
I miss Lindsay. When's she gonna play?
Seriously.
Watch, she was the slave that I accidentally fried.
Yeah.
Idea to get in there, but y'all just let me die.
That's true. That's what happens.
Hey, we're all safe on the other, back on.
You're all fine. Yeah, you guys are all fine.
Okay. I think I'm gonna drop out, guys. Otherwise, I'm gonna end up falling asleep mid-session.
No worries,
Alright,
man.
dude.
Good night.
Good night.
Y'all have a-
I'm close to falling asleep. Hmm?
What time did you get up though, Allie?
I had to like emergency move out of my place. So, and I turned in my keys today.
Whoop whoop.
Why'd you have to emergency move? That sounds.
Oh, there's a cockroach infestation.
Oh.
Disgusting.
So I had to find a place, cut my lease, get out of there. It was gross.
And we swear the landlords never told anybody. They were just like, "Oh yeah, sure, just come in." Ugh. What? Oh, you're good. Allie was just saying they're
That's
trying to get rid
okay.
of
You can
roaches
talk to
in
yourself to
in their
us.
life and kitchen and everything, and all of a sudden you come with, yeah, there's lots of bodies in that kitchen. I'm like, wait, do you know something about Allie's predicament that we don't even know about? Like, what happened? Allie, you're not explaining everything. Pulled a card and that was it. Oh, don't be sad.
I wasn't expecting the hooks to go that quickly, so yeah, I would have made different choices had I known the hooks were going to go that quickly.
And it was a catch and release. No choice, no chance.
I think it was fun. I liked how fast it was. It's
I
like
did
boom,
too.
boom, boom.
Make a choice, go. Ah.
You have 6
Believe it.
seconds. Ah.
Ah.
Yeah,
I
I did
think-
like the timedness of it. That was fun.
Allie, I think you rolled like 8 1s and 2s in a row at the beginning there. Like I was,
Yeah,
like I was,
it was
oh,
it was all ones and
There's
twos
no
until that
way.
nat 20, and then it was
Yeah.
dog shit for the rest of it.
Yeah, I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah,
You can't
Allie,
take those rolls.
yeah, you rolled so poorly. I put my online dice in Dice Prison. And I was like, no, bad. You're supporting
Yeah,
this
no,
in some way.
it's over. It's so funny.
Ugh.
It's because
I
I,
like
have a
your
point of
dice prison,
exhaustion. My
Dawn. It
dice
looks
are doing
cute.
bad.
So above the table, guys, I designed that whole mechanism there kind of myself because I wanted to create a way to create tension and nervousness like around an escape possibility. It's like you guys are trying to escape from a deadly situation, but a lot of the mechanics and stuff that I found that exist consisted of like staging how far people can move and different things. Like there was a lot of math to keep track of, especially for a group our size. It would have taken forever. So I designed this point system. Did it feel fair? Was it fun? Was it adequately nerve-wracking? What are your notes?
I think adequately nerve-wracking.
Okay.
So
It
I
was
like,
fun though. Oh, you weren't in here when we were. Yeah, it was fun. I liked the fast.
Yeah, I liked it.
Okay, I appreciate that. Like I said, I will tweak it. I want to use this mechanic for other stuff in the future. So, but are we all back? I know Smalls had to duck out. He is wiped out. Allie, are you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm awake now.
Okay. After killing a couple people, I'm good. All right. Is everybody back though?
I'm back.
Back.
Monica, you good?
I'm over here.
Okay, we'll give it a couple minutes. Sandwich.
Sandwich.
Sandwiches. Monica making a sandwich.
Sandwich.
Mhm.
It's actually nice and cool here today.
You can make gluten-free sandwiches. You just can't eat them.
But would you want to?
No, I do lettuce stuff and everything. You can make a gluten-free sandwich. You just can't eat it. It turns into croutons. Yes. There's also tortilla wraps, so I normally do a wrap.
I'm just saying. I saw
appreciate how
what
quick
those
the
gluten.
no came out.
I'm just saying. I saw what those gluten-free English muffins turned into after 10 days here. So
Yeah, that was, yeah. That's my bad.
pretty sure they were speaking to me when I threw them away. No,
That's all the mold.
don't do it. We love you. All right, Monica, you back with your sandwich? All right. Yeah, let me know when she can hear. Coop.
Okay, I'm here.
All right, everybody's back. Okay. With that, out of combat, out of immediate danger, you are all safely back aboard the Splinter Zombie Fingers as Captain Albert Alexander takes a quick assessment of the newest additions to his ship. He immediately runs back up to the captain's quarters and disappears inside of his wheelhouse. The rest of you take stock of the situation. You have 6 individuals here, one of which is still missing his hands and bleeding from the bloody stumps where his hands used to be. The other 5 seem none the worse for wear. You have one who is actively bleeding out with his hands chopped off. Drew, you saved 2 of them by breaking the chains. Malin, you managed to save 1 by picking the lock. And Smalls managed to save 2 by picking the locks as well. Does anybody run over and help the poor bastard with his hands cut off?
Yeah, I'll do a healing word.
Okay.
Level
Healing
1.
word does not restore his hands, but it does cauterize and seals off the wounds. He is still very much in shock and kind of like on the side in the weird fetal position, looking where his hands used to be, kind of a phantom pain type thing, but he is alive and stable and no longer bleeding out. The rest of the prisoners are, the rest of you run over and like the ones that rip the chains out, you guys slowly or meticulously take the locks off their wrists, free them. These people look like just regular villagers. They have on kind of like linens and leathers. They look like fishermen, in fact, to the common eye. They have several like small nets and stuff like that are attached to their hips still. A couple of them have like fish hooks that are wrapped inside their leather vests on the inside. It's like they weren't like disarmed of these types of things, but they look like they're all fishermen. But they all kind of immediately conjure together, especially around their one comrade, their one looks like a member of their group that has his hands cut off, and go to mending him. They are looking at you and nodding, and like they are very much so terrified still and in shock, but they are nodding, offering their thanks, but they are very much so tending to their friend right now. What's the rest of
I'm
the
going
group doing?
to offer the guy my little stuffed animal.
Um,
I'm just gonna set it down on his lap and be like, "I'm so sorry."
roll me a this will be the charisma check or persuasion, something. Like I said, this guy's fucked up.
Okay.
So you tell me how you want to try and convince this very much so in shock, nearly dead individual to take your stuffed animal to try to calm them down. In a very, what to the untrained eye seems to be a very strange gesture of you handing them a stuffed animal to calm them down.
That's fair.
No, he was the first. He was the first one to leave.
one.
Mhm.
I was rolling for damage each turn, like quote unquote. He was up above deck, and he's barely alive.
You said I could use what? Charisma
Like
or what?
charisma check, persuasion. You tell me what you want to do here. Intimidation. Shove the bear in his chest. Take the fucking bear.
Ooh, if I actually use mage hands to just kind of set it against him, would that still have the same effect? Because it's touching him.
I'll give you advantage on your persuasion check if you want to try and do that.
Okay. Then he doesn't have to see that I'm the one who's.
Yeah, we'll make it a 12
Okay.
at advantage.
Very good. Very good. I like having an advantage. That sucks. I didn't make it.
Yeah,
I got a 10.
Yeah, he is completely unaware that anything is even like trying to bump into him, other than like he's not even like really responding to his friends' hands and stuff on him and their voices trying to calm him down or be there for him. He's fucked up.
Okay. I will leave him be for now then.
Floor's open. What's anybody doing?
I'm gonna go up to Drew and Smalls and thank them.
Smalls is definitely in his stoic, manner. Just kind of gives you a little nod. Ask how your back is. Gives you a little like coy ass smile, and then kind of walks away though.
I'm gonna do an eye roll. And then look pointedly at Quinn and be like, I get my boyfriend under check, you get your man in check.
We're totally not even dating. Like what?
Yeah, sure you're not.
Matching rings.
Yeah, so you're not dating, you're married.
Mhm.
Oh, it's not even like that. Hold on. Whose team are you on?
Me?
Yes, you.
There's teams?
Well, you're on my team, obviously.
Okay.
Exactly.
So, Ellie walks over to Maddie and says, "Were you successful?"
I grabbed what I could.
Yeah, me too. Only had one grab, but
Yeah, after we get everything all settled up here, we can see what we got. But I'm gonna go check on the captain right now and make sure that see if there's anything we can do to help out.
cool. Hey, do you have sleight of hand?
What do you mean?
Are you able to do sleight of hand?
I try and steal something from Ellie real quick.
I'm quicker.
21.
21 sleight of hand.
Yep.
Okay. Ellie, go ahead and make me a perception check at advantage.
All right.
I'm only giving advantage because like you guys are actively talking about like stealing shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
She's very much so aware,
10.
even with advantage.
Yeah.
Cool. Uh,
Oh, wait, that was perception, right? Is that what I
yeah,
rolled?
perception. That's what you need to roll.
Oh, yeah, I thought I hit persuasion. No, perception. Yeah.
Perception. Maddie, you can add a pan flute to your inventory.
I actually I pull it out of my pocket and be like, huh, I guess so. I just hand it back to her.
All right.
I'm gonna go and walk over to the captain.
No, but here's my question. The reason I ask you that, it's not just to see what your talents are. I think I saw on the captain he has a medallion.
Like our
And
captain?
Yeah. And I'm wondering if that medallion wouldn't help us, the mercenaries, in the future.
So you want to steal from the captain?
Well, I just want to see what the medallion is. I mean, I can give it back to him, but it looks like it unlocks a lot of stuff.
Why don't you ask him?
All right. Maybe I'll just turn invisible and pull it off, look at it, and give it back. Never mind. I don't know.
I like your style. And then I'm gonna head over to the captain.
Okay, bye.
Wait, could I hear that conversation?
Roll me
With the medallion?
a perception. You guys are still all kind of together. Beat a 12.
Come on, 1.
Come on, Drew Dice.
Another
It's a
one.
20. It's a 21.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
You definitely overheard the conversation.
Okay. Would I know what the medallion is? With my time on Mal's ship,
Not
did
necessarily.
he have one? I did.
Not
I did learn
necessarily.
history earlier about it though, so I think I kind of know what it is.
I was gonna say, roll me another. Let's make this another history check. Beat a 10. We'll see. Like I said, medallion's
I'm not
pretty
good at
vague.
history. That's a 2.
2?
Yes!
She's You have no idea. Medallion is very vague. Like it could mean
Okay.
anything.
Okay. I also wanted to go over to the captain though.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm heading
No,
over
Maddie.
there. Come on, Drew.
So should I explain what I saw?
What do you
I
want
just
to?
know you want to steal a medallion.
Well, no. What I saw was that he had a medallion that got him out of the bay. He could pass in the bay with just a wave of a hand and a show of that medallion. I didn't know if it would be useful for us in other endeavors. That's my only thinking. It's been in the back of my mind since I saw it.
Maybe. I mean, again, I don't know. Probably can ask him.
Okay, I'll just say, hey, can I see your medallion? I'll walk with you guys.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So Ellie, Maddie, and Drew all walk up to the third deck of the captain, where the captain's cabin is. Like I said, remember the design of the ship. The bottom deck, the first deck, has the entranceway that leads down into the belly of the ship, the cargo bay. There's a second fishing deck that's in the middle, and then up on the third deck is an elevated platform that has like a wheelhouse in it, where the wheel of the ship for steering everything is, and that's where the captain has himself in there. It's a large just room that sits on top of that deck with a bunch of viewing windows all around it. But as you get up closer, you notice that you guys noticed before, last time you were on the Spinners on Your Fingers, the windows have like a fog effect to them. So you cannot see in, but you get the impression that he can see out.
Okay. Can I go knock on it then? Because he's inside, right?
Yeah, he slides the window. Like this little viewing window, like you see at a drive-thru. He just slides it open.
Captain, can we help with anything to get back on track after all that chaos?
She still swims, at least. Oh, this isn't good. You kind of just peek inside. He's kind of struggling with the rudder, the wheel a little bit. The ship is, it took on some damage, so it seems like he's having some issues. Gonna try and get us away from a little farther down as much as I can, but I'm gonna have to pull off to the side, and we're gonna have to make some repairs.
Okay. No problem, sir. We'll keep a lookout then. My friend Ellie here actually had a question for you. I'm just gonna walk away.
Sir, I just noticed, I noticed when we got out of the bay that you had a medallion.
Nope. Closes the window.
I see what you mean now.
Okay.
I get it.
Who, me or him?
I was talking to you. I get what you mean now, Ellie. There's something special about that, huh?
I'll get it somehow.
Yeah,
Not to steal it. I just want to see it and get an idea of it, and maybe I can make something like it. I don't know.
I mean, if you
Maybe
just
I
wait
won't.
for an opportunity, and then I try and sleight of hand her again.
Yeah. Well, see, that's what I was gonna do while we were in there talking to him, but I couldn't because hey, Ellie wants to ask you a question about that I blurted it out. So, hey, can I sleight of hand that thing off your neck really quick?
What'd you get there,
Anyway,
Matt?
sorry.
I got a 17.
Perception with advantage there. Ellie.
Perception.
Yep.
Ooh, a 19 for the
Ah,
first
shit.
one.
You feel like the brush of something up against your hip, like it's pretty adjacent to like your thigh and like almost like the cusp of your butt a little bit.
Oh god.
You reach down and you grab Maddie by the wrist.
Oh, what?
Whoa,
Malin,
what just happened?
Malin, real quick from down where you're at, I need you to make a perception check.
Oh god.
Just try to beat a 12 after you hear a what?
No, God, please.
Okay. So my passive perception is a 17. Would that count?
Not passive in this moment, you're actively like looking.
Can Quinn also
Okay,
look?
I
to
don't see it.
You don't see with a 12?
Mm-mm.
Can
Okay.
Quinn look
I rolled
too?
a 4.
Okay.
Quinn cannot look.
Please.
I'll let Quinn look, but it's going to be a higher DC. I'm going to make it 15.
All right.
Oh god.
23.
Damn it,
Oh my god.
Wow.
damn it, Marshall.
That's so funny.
Yeah, Quinn, you definitely get a shout. You could definitely catch the shout of like, "Hey!" as you look up and like Ellie has Maddie by the wrist, and it's like in a very precarious position. But we're gonna shift back over to Ellie and Maddie. Settle this real quick.
Oh, your sleight of hand's way better than mine.
Yeah,
pull my
so
hand
what
up.
were you sleight of handing?
I was trying to say that pan flute again.
No. That's not where I put it.
Oh, where do you put it?
In my backpack. Were you trying to take the gold? Or whatever we got? What were you doing? It's like that was why? Why was your hand there?
Oh, nice. I was trying to see if I could do the sleight of hand thing with you, like you said.
Yeah,
'Cause I definitely want to get that medallion too.
That's not where a medallion would be. It's like
Oh no, yeah, no. I was just trying it out.
Yeah.
Trying what
it
out,
wasn't
exactly.
Very sleight of hand.
Hey, Drew, what are you doing right now?
I'm standing right there with him.
Yeah.
Drew, what did you see? Drew,
Hey, what
felt
did I
it.
see?
Did you see it? I felt it.
Yeah, he's not terribly sneaky. Yeah, what were you trying to grab, Maddie?
I was trying the sleight of hand thing. I'm trying to help to get that
Sleight of
medallion.
hand what?
You guys, you're making this. And Mag's gonna walk away.
You can't just walk away. That's pretty aggressive.
Walk away.
As Maddie begins to walk away down the stairs with Ellie in tow, yelling at him. Drew, were you trying to do anything while you were up top?
No, I did. I had a question for the captain, but I forgot what it was.
Okay. You make your way back down the stairs after all the commotion makes you lose what you were thinking about.
Yep.
All right. You guys, is there anything else going on while you guys in the next few minutes while you guys are congregating down here? Everybody's now back down on the lower decks.
While all of that was going on, I would have been making my way towards to figure out what to do for food for the 6 extra people.
Okay.
Yeah. We can use some of my rations.
You're cutting out pretty bad there, Monica.
Sorry, I'm also surrounded by fans.
Okay.
But we can use some of my rations if we need to cover the difference. And then I know you were also holding on to some extras. I just want to make sure that I just want to make sure that they have food. It's okay if I don't eat. I just need to make sure that they do. Do we have enough for that? Okay. Have any of us also checked on the bird? Oh, cool. Okay, I'll walk with you while we're going over there. Mm-hmm. Okay. We'll like make our way down together as I'm like discussing like the different things. I can pull out the rations from my bag, if we need to. I just want to make sure that they are okay.
As you guys begin taking stock of your inventory and your rations and everything else, it doesn't take too long before the captain begins to kind of sideways and finds a little bit of a sandbar off to the edge of the river, and he kind of makes a bit of a dry dock and brings the ship up to the side. He sticks his head out of the cabin and then kind of looks around. Then he does come out fully, and he comes down to the group and shouts out, "I need all of you to come on up, up. Beckons all of you up onto the first deck.
Okay.
Head over.
You all make your way up and congregate here. The 6 fishermen are still off to the side there. They've taken a little bit of time and they've calmed down ever so slightly, getting a stock of everything. Captain Alexander addresses the group though. Well, we're not going anywhere anytime soon. I'm going to have to dry dock here and make a few repairs thanks to the shenanigans of the explosions and the hooks back there. I appreciate for keeping me vessel still floating. I appreciate it, but yeah. I don't want you here with me, so I'm going to need you all to disembark. You don't got to go home, but you can't stay here. We're about a day and a half away from Sandhome if you walk. I would have made it there by nightfall if I was still floating properly, but since we're not, go ahead and make your way there on foot. Appreciate you choosing Splinters on Me Fingers travel. We hope you enjoyed your stay.
Thank you very much for your help.
He kind of like turns his back and like starts scuttling back up to the third deck.
Well, I guess we get our wagon.
Yeah, you can disembark with everything.
Oh,
He-
okay.
Yeah, he opens up the bays to like he presses a button when he gets back up to the captain's cabin, and the bays to the cargo area open up, and you're able to bring up the bird and the wagon and everything else. And he actually like sticks his head out through the window one more time, and he actually like his neck extends out on kind of like this like clickety clack of like an extension. And do me a favor and go ahead and take them with you as well. I won't be needing them on board either. And he's referencing to the fisherman.
Okay.
One of the fishermen actually stands up and like kind of like beckons to all the group and comes over. Excuse me. Who's
Hi,
your
my name is Malin.
Yoshi?
Are
I'm
you all okay?
Yoshi.
Oh, yes.
Yes, we're fine. Mora over here is. I thank you for saving his life. He'll be fine. He's right. He motions over the guy without arms or without hands.
Mm-hmm.
We're fishermen. It's from Sandhome. They grabbed us about just I don't know, a little while ago. Before I guess they attacked you. If you're going that way, we could come with. We want to go home.
Of course, yes. We do also have our wagon that we can, if anything, carry him in.
Yes, so most of us can walk, but if you wouldn't mind us putting Mora in there, that would be great.
Absolutely.
He bows and thank you.
Of course. I'm gonna go up to the bird and be like, okay, I know you can't understand me, but we're gonna find a town. And kind of like see if he'll let me like pat his head a little bit.
I
Oh, that's
also
true.
have speak with animals.
Mm-hmm.
So do I.
Do any of you still have spell slots left?
Yeah, I do. I've got a spell
Okay.
slot.
Okay.
Yeah, I can just speak with animals.
That's true. So,
Oh,
Yeah.
still have one. Have one
Okay.
use.
so who's speaking with Quark?
I don't know. I could.
Either one. Just kind of like checking on him, and then heading like letting him know like we're gonna go head out so that he knows what's going on.
So I'll use mine and just relay what you said to him.
Save your spell slot. Smalls is actually like, I'll use Smalls as Mask of the Beast. He rolled a 21 altogether.
Oh, nice.
So he literally marches up to Quark and like kind of like just like stands real firm up to the bird. Like the bird is taller than he is, and he looks up to just barely, but he looks up to Quark and says, it kind of explains what you just said. Like, we're going to go to a town, you know, we're going to hook up the wagon, we're going to put one of these people in the wagon. Be careful. Like he's very like soldierly talking to the bird, and Quark is kind of like looking with these big bird eyes down at him. He's shaking ever so slightly, but at the end of it, on a 21, the bird kind of stands resolute and like puffs its chest out and like giving him like a little soldierly salute as a bird. Fully understands what's being asked of him in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is. So he harnesses the bird, gets everything hooked up, and begins to lead Quark with the wagon off of the Splinter Zombie Fingers onto the sandbar below.
Okay.
I want to lean over to Malin and kind of whisper. I can, if any of the fishermen get too tired to walk, I can always, I can become an animal that they could ride on, but I don't necessarily want them to know I can do that.
Right. Okay, I will keep that in mind. Thank you
Just
for offering.
yeah.
It's very sweet of you.
Just here to help.
Well, I'll help like get the fishermen situated with like all of everything that they might have on them. Though I don't imagine it's much.
They literally have the clothes on their backs.
I'll help them get their friend onto the wagon itself, and anybody else that might be unable to walk. Are we going to head out now, or do we want to take a rest first? We lost Maddie.
Yeah, as I say, did we lose Maddie?
Mhm.
We lost Matty. I texted him, but he hasn't responded back yet.
Huh, okay. Well, we will continue. You guys are going to need to. It's about a day and a half travel, as the captain explained it. So you're going to need to like kind of make your way at least away from the river and up the road a little bit before nightfall, and then you guys can make camp.
Okay, so then we'll go ahead and do that.
Is there anything on the Splinter Zombie Fingers? Any last conversations with the captain, or anything else anybody wants to try before you disembark?
Yeah, I do want to talk to him.
Okay. You catch him as he's coming out of the captain's cabin, and he's got like a belt full of tools, and he has this like giant ass hammer on like it's a giant wooden mallet. It looks like it's designed for carpentry though, but it's just fucking like comically huge.
I'm sorry we caused you more trouble again, and thank you for taking us out of the city.
You paid me.
That's true, but I also said I was a sailor, and I'm not very good at that.
You are a terrible sailor.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Yeah. Look, I wish you the best of luck. Every time I hang out with you guys, something weird happens. You're rescuing princesses, you're rescuing fishermen. You rescue a lot of people. That's good. Good eggs. Good eggs. Not a whole lot of profit to be made in that. I'll admit. But hey, never boring. Appreciate you. Whoop whoop. Get.
Okay.
And he begins walking over to the damaged parts of his ship and just starts going to work at like hammering like planks back into place. Has like a bunch of like lacquer and like glue and stuff. He's basically patching his ship.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I'll make my.
Sorry, what'd you say, Drew?
I was gonna say I'll make my way off the ship.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Yeah, Maddie had to bounce, so he had something come up. We will continue on. All right. With that, you guys make it about, you make it miles and miles down the road. It was about midday when this attack happened. Like I said, it's been about an hour or so since everything kind of went down. You guys took some time and got yourself situated off the boat. It's late afternoon, early evening by the time you guys even set out, so you only have a few hours and it still becomes dark. But knowing several of you have traveled through the area before, and you know that it's not wise to travel at night, especially with how the temperature can get around here. You guys haven't even got to the most extreme parts of Marzenstein yet. But you do know that when night falls, it gets pretty downright cold, even down here near Sandholm. So you guys start making your way over and you make camp and you start setting things up. It's not wise to continue on, so you'll make Sandholm first thing in the morning.
Okay.
Now we all did get pelts and stuff, right?
Yes, we did.
You all got what? Sorry?
Like coats and stuff.
Pelts
We got
and
those when we were
furs.
preparing
you got-
for it.
yeah,
in
you got-
Harmony.
Yeah, you got some extreme weather gear. It definitely takes the edge off, especially down here in southern Sandholm. Like it's you guys are getting into, I guess you could. It's like a desert area, but you're still very much so in the area that is closest to the capital. You're not in the frigid waste that is the northern section, the northern area, the Great Waste of Marzenstein just yet. But it gets plenty chilly when it's at night. But your clothing and everything that you have for right now definitely keeps it at bay. The fishermen, not so much, but.
The wolf pelts that I have, would we be able to use those for them? Because I have
Sure.
3.
Yeah? It could count as blankets and stuff.
Okay.
I could also wild shape into a bear if anybody wants to cuddle.
Yeah, I'll give them my bedroll stuff and go cuddle with the bear.
Okay, so that's 4.
You guys, there's totally a thing for this. I'm gonna pull out the thermal cube. Yeah, see, you hit this button and it totally radiates heat, so it works. But I guess you guys can cuddle or whatever.
The bear's gonna huff at her.
It's okay, you switch sides. I'll remember that.
Do you give the thermal cube to the villagers?
Yes.
All right.
And if I have to murder villagers later, I'm gonna make that clear.
Okay. All right. So what I'm going to need here is we're going to need camp checks here. So you guys going to just use the rations that you got? Are you going to try and go out hunting? Are you going to try and do anything to try to stave off the extra rations? You're going to feed the villagers? You got a lot of things you got to think about here. So I need some camp checks, and I need to figure out and I need you guys to determine what you're going to do with your rations before we move forward.
So I think for rations we're gonna feed the villagers, but I think we're all gonna do our standard camp checks.
Okay.
Will do. That's usually me and Maddie.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. So from the grand total rations, you're going to need to take away 11 because you still need to feed Quark, and you're going to give 6 rations to the villagers to feed them. So go ahead and take away 11, and let's see what you recoup with hunting. You're going to need hunting. You're going to need animal handling checks. You're going to need your watch, all that good stuff. Your camp guards, your night watch, all that good stuff.
And it's a nature check.
Yeah.
For
check your-
foraging, correct?
nature,
or
survival. You're gonna have to go back into the checks, like the camp checks, and figure out. Remind me what the stats were. I can
Mhm.
pull it up real quick, but I'm texting a couple people.
Yeah, you're good. Hold on. I know we have it pinned.
I have it in my notes here too. So, fishing forage. Yeah, so 2 players can take on hunting, fishing, gathering for the camp while at camp. You're basically rolling either nature or survival for the check. 1 through 10 is considered a failure. 11 through 20 is a success. 21 and higher is a critical success.
Mhm.
As you go over and talk to the villagers,
Yeah.
Yoshi explains to you that like you guys are in Marsenstein. It's like you guys are in Sandholm. This is like the fishing capital of the entire country. If you guys just want to go down to the main river, which is only a couple hundred yards away from where you guys are camped right now, you could easily fish up and go nuts. So for you, Malon, you could take advantage on your nature or your survival check.
Okay.
No, with that knowledge.
Cool. The dice really don't like me today. Wow, they really don't like me. I got a 10.
10? Okay. 10 unfortunately is a failure. You do not fish up anything. So
I'm gonna blame it on the very clunky arms.
still figuring out those arms.
Like every time that I go to like actually throw it, I end up somehow cutting the line with my wrist.
Maddie got knocked to 0 HP at one point, right? Yeah. So he has a level of exhaustion. So he is anybody taking Maddie's place? Or you guys going to let him go fishing?
I thought he couldn't if he had a point of exhaustion.
He can. It's just a disadvantage.
Okay.
I think that's what it was. He does not have survival or nature, so it's probably not a good idea to send him fishing anyways.
Any of us have the necessary skills.
Life on the road for you.
Well, I
you
was
guys
gonna
wanna-
take.
Go ahead.
What is it for? Food.
For hunt, nature or survival. I'll roll Maddie as a camp guard, so he's stealth at disadvantage.
Okay, I can do. I'll help with survival. That's a 26.
Nice, that is a critical success. So for that, you can roll 2d6 for rations, and just say that's how many rations you come back to camp with. Maddie rolled a 15 for his camp guard check as stealth, so he should be.
I rolled a 25 for the perception for the I guess it's the camp guard, the lookouts. There we go.
So you're doing camp guard as well?
Yep.
Okay, so Maddie got a 15. What did you get?
25.
Nice. Good solid watch. We'll have Mark do the animal handling, or Ellie, what are you doing?
I'm supposed to be the animal handler with advantage because I speak with animals. That's what
Okay.
it said in the things. So
Okay,
I got a
fine.
9.
9 with advantage?
Yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately, that is a failure, so Quark is going to be very, very uneasy. You guys can either use rations to try to calm him down with food. It's going to take 2 for a failure. Or you could try to do something else if somebody else wants to try and calm him down. Quark is still very much so learning, guys. This is his first time being out in the world. He's going to be a little rough around the edges trying to get him to settle in and get used to being a bird on the road. But he likes food.
So I'll give him, since it was my failure, I'll give him 2 of my rations and just try and cool him down.
Okay. Yeah, he definitely takes the food and calms down. He is nice and full now, so he falls asleep. Okay, so you're reducing your rations by 2 further.
Yes.
Okay. How many did you get for that fishing check there, Drew?
5.
5 for a 2d6?
Yeah.
Okay. You come back with 5 rations worth of fish. I'm assuming you did it as a bear.
Sure. Yeah, probably.
You and Malin come back with 5 rations worth of fish. So you're able to at least recoup some of the rations that you gave to the villagers. Whoever's keeping track of all that. Yes. Okay. Nice. Cool. What do you cook up? What do you cook up for everybody tonight after such a harrowing event? Five rations worth of fish, so yeah, it's a good number. Cool. All right. With that, everybody kind of beds down. We'll do the travel check first thing in the morning. But you guys settled in. It's nice and peaceful. There's a light breeze on the air, so it's a little bit of a chill, but it's more relaxing than uncomfortable right now, especially with the fires and a belly full of warm food. But it's your first. It's the night out. This is your first guys' first camp night out on the ground here in the Dukedom of Marsenstein. Any conversations going out among everybody that's still awake? I'm going to say that Smalls definitely racks out after an exhausting battle of being berserk. Maddie, much the same. Kind of keeping his distance away from Ellie at this point a little bit.
I feel like I want to have, if I may.
You're cutting out there, Monica.
Sorry. Can I have a conversation with Quinn, please?
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, you are just the person I wanted to talk to.
Yeah, same. We gotta talk about Smalls.
Yeah, that whole goes berserk and attacks everyone is equally as annoying. How did you guys deal with him before I showed up? Like this doesn't seem
That wasn't a thing. When we first met you, that was the first time that it ever happened.
Okay, I know I look good, but I don't look that good. Like, so the first time it ever happened was when you guys met. So at that temple, I wonder if something happened to him there.
Yeah. Morb, the blob guy that was with us before, he said that it was the axe, which I don't doubt because he carries that thing everywhere with him.
Ugh, that sounds like something that's cursed. Ugh.
Yeah, but he won't let it go long enough for anybody to take a proper look at it.
That's the problem with cursed objects. They like stick to you, and then you can't get rid of them unless you have like remove curse. But then they get all upset about it. So just
we need to figure that out, and whatever's happening with Maddie that makes him turn into that monster too.
Yeah, if I totally remember right, you guys said the first time he did it was also the first time he met me. Like, I wish these boys would fight for me, not like at me.
Against us? Yeah, that'd be great.
Ugh.
Oh,
speaking of Maddie, like I totally don't know if you saw this, but it definitely looked like he was trying to get handsy with Ellie. I don't know if you know about that, but
I'm sorry, he what?
Wrong. Yeah, we should totally bring Ellie into this because I could have just saw the whole thing wrong, but it definitely looked like he was getting a little handsy with Ellie. And she stopped him because, rightly so. She's a strong, empowered woman, but
really? There's got to be some context because he's not usually that forward. Like, he didn't even realize that I liked him until I very directly told him.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like the guy who would do something like that, but Ellie seemed really pissed off about it. But I haven't talked to her yet, and I think you guys need to have that conversation.
Yeah, I definitely will. But we need to come up with a game plan for the guys. Like, how do we bring that conversation up and have them actually, like, not deflect it?
Yeah,
because Smalls is very stoic and doesn't like to say a whole lot, and Maddie will avoid questions like it's the plague.
Yeah, and I tried talking about this with Smalls once, and he just seems to like it, which...
Well, yeah, of course he does, because it's cursed!
Yeah, well... I guess a man and his toys, but Like,
Yeah,
I
but
have
like
I have like a
we can't
couple of
constantly
people-
go into every fight worrying about also having teammates. You know?
That's true, and it's really hard to figure out what triggers it. Like sometimes when they take damage, it works, and then sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Maddie got beat to shit, and he didn't transform this time. But last time somebody threw a single axe at him, and he just went off the
I
rails.
think okay, actually I have a theory on Maddie. I think it's when his emotions get out of control.
Oh, okay.
Because the first time that it happened, it was when everything happened with Drum in the forest and I got knocked out. And it was bad. Like my wings were ripped off. Bad.
That sounds terrible.
It hurt so bad. But like I remember passing out, and as I was passing out, I saw him changing. And then the other time when he was on the stage, I feel like it was because he was jealous. Because I walked in with that guy. And not him.
Well, I have a spell called Calm Emotions. I totally used it on Smalls. It seemed to work, but I tried using it before and it had like no effect. So I don't
Right.
I don't have anything solid for him. Like I could try to put him to sleep, but the first time we did that, he woke up angry, and also
Right.
I can't put everyone around him asleep because if he stays awake and everyone falls asleep, I don't know what he'll do then. But
Yeah. Well, I mean, after he knocked out Maddie this time, he seemed to leave him alone afterwards.
I guess he did do the same thing for Argus.
Yeah. So maybe
Like,
once they're knocked out, he leaves them alone, and then we don't have to worry if they're also out. But that's also a risk that I don't want to take on something that we don't fully understand.
Totally true. He did seem to keep taking damage though when he had the ring, but I don't think he can turn that off. Like
Yeah.
once we agree to it, it kind of stays on. So
Mhm.
and we can't just keep
Yeah,
killing
your
him
wedding
around.
rings?
They're not wedding rings, but they
You can't
do look,
convince me otherwise.
Quinn's gonna like hold out her hand. Like they do look good though. But he didn't pay anything for this, so it totally. You know what?
You know what? That's fair. But it's an arranged marriage is a thing.
Yeah, but if he's not arranging any money anyway, but this is off topic.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Small seems to attack whatever's nearby him. It doesn't matter if it's friend or foe. So,
Yeah.
and
We need to talk, like, sit both of them down and have like an intervention about the whole thing.
yeah, but also I know. So, okay, this stays between us, but I am worried about you because when I was walking up to the deck the other day, I saw him just like deck you in the face. Like, is he hitting you?
Oh, just before the Raiders, right?
Yeah, that looked like right before the ship started rocking everything. He just, like it looked like he
No,
took a
oh
full
my
force
God.
swing to your face.
No, you missed it. I decked him just before that. He literally had to use something so that I didn't hit him as hard.
Oh, okay. So, all right.
Yeah, we were sparring. We were sparring.
Oh.
These arms are new, and I'm like, this is a lot more close combat than I'm used to, and so I was asking him for tips and advice. That's all that was.
Got it. Totally understand. Much better
Okay.
than what I was thinking. That's why I wanted to approach you first.
I appreciate you're so sweet.
Yeah, because we could kill him in his sleep. If he's actually hitting you. Because
Definitely.
But yes, I think we should confront the guys, and you should definitely have a conversation with Ellie because I don't. Like I said, I don't know the context of what happened, but it didn't seem like something Maddie would do. But Ellie was really upset.
Yeah. I'll see if I can find her tonight. If not, I'll talk to her about it tomorrow. We got quite a bit of walking to do, anyways.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right, I think I'm gonna bed down for the night. So
I'm gonna keep watch, keep an eye on the fisherman.
sounds good. Quinn's gonna go off somewhere near the firelight, and she's gonna pull out a scroll, and she's gonna start jotting down notes on a scroll. Because this is a thing I can do.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can spend an hour to create a spell scroll, so that is what I'm going to do.
Nice.
Once per long rest, or when I finish a long rest, so that's me doing.
You can only keep one on your persons at a time, right? You can't stack them.
Correct. It disintegrates after 24 hours.
Beautiful. Okay. Just keeping that a note for the future.
Yep. And I'll let
See
you know
you-
what spells I scroll.
Actually, no. Go ahead. Just surprise me.
Oh, okay. That'll work.
It'll be fun. All right.
So, everyone's in camp, right? We're getting ready to bed down. So,
Yep.
Ellie, like I said, just has to trance, but she wants to pick up the primer and see if there's any magic in it that has to do with music. Because she
music.
really wants to learn to play the pan flute or get some musical knowledge.
Okay.
So, she wants to look in the primer and see if there's anything about flutes. I mean, to put it specifically, and how they are and can be magical.
Okay. Let's see here. Just a second. Go ahead and make me a religion check. I believe you can add stuff to this roll and everything, right? With using the primer.
Yes. Religion check. I think I do that with advantage.
It's going to be 15, 20, or 25 is going to give you more information.
All right. Oops. Get out of here. Okay. So the first one's a 19.
Okay.
And the second one is an 11. So 19.
19. So you beat the 15. There's nothing specifically about you're looking for things specific to music and the pan flute and things like that. There's absolutely nothing in here that's going to help you with your pan flute. Not a thing. But the mention of music brings you to an odd excerpt inside of the primer that there has notes and scribbles and a drawing, and it has something referencing something called the Moonchild Slayer. And it is the reason why this is brought up and connected is because it is followed by the sound of music. But there's no references here as to what kind of music or what specifically it's asking about. Just that that's what the thing is called. And that's what it's called. And I will drop a scribble for you. Do you want me to put it to you? I'll put it to you directly.
Okay. So, oh gosh. So could I want to practice, but can I speak to the flute kind of and talk to it about this moon stuff and persuade it to play correctly?
Your pan flute is not a magical item in the slightest. So no. It's just a flute.
Okay. Well, I still want to play and see if I can get
Okay. Yeah, you're looking for performance. You're trying to get 20 or higher. So this is just a straight roll. You can still practice that once a night.
Okay. Oh, son of a gun. I keep getting 10s.
Yep. Like I said, you're learning. You're practicing.
Yeah.
Next time you try, next long rest, it'll be an 18. Because you are practicing.
Okay. So yeah, so Ellie's just gonna try and see what she can find out about this thing she found in the primer and trance. And then
I'll put some notes in your. I'll message you some notes in Discord about what you find in the primer. You already have the drawing.
yeah. Okay, so Ellie's just gonna trance then, and after her trance, she's just gonna keep listening around the camp and trying to read more and more in the primer.
Anybody else doing anything or having conversations before you take your long rest?
Quinn is going to examine the Shard of Suffering. Wait, nope, that's right. The Far Realm Shard. She's gonna examine it a little bit before she goes to sleep. Nothing too in depth, but she's just kind of wondering about it and recalling that Smalls has a shield of the same type of metal.
Okay. Roll me an Arcana check.
Oh, nat 20. Sweet.
Nat 20?
Sweet. I'm taking my inspiration.
Okay. On a nat 20, this Far Realm Shard, this is literally a metal that exists beyond. It doesn't. It's not something that's going to be mined here. You're not exactly the most versed in terms of like what that means, like other worlds, other planes of it. You know that other planes of existence exist. Like there's the hells, there's the celestial there's other places where other beings live. This astral shard comes from literally the astral realm, the highest point of the celestial, I guess you could say, realm. So this is a metal or an organic living or some kind of organic metal that exists from that area. And the fact is it has the same kind of glimmer because the same metal to a lesser extent was used in the forging of that shield. That's why you have a connection there. You get the impression that you could probably use this shard, maybe working with Argus, to enhance that shield into something more than what it is. Or you could keep them as two separate items. It's your choice.
Can I think about that and come back to it?
Oh yeah, you don't have to make a decision
Okay.
now. It's just that's the information you have from your check.
Okay, perfect. Make a decision.
Anybody else? Or did you have anything else, Quinn?
Nope, that was it.
Cool. Anybody else? So, two things. You all can go ahead and take your long rest. Begin it. Long day. Long day. And every one of you feels a little bit more accomplished than you did the day before, after everything that you've said and done, everything that you've been through. And everybody can go ahead and level up to level 7.
Ooh.
Don't have to do that right now. You can figure that out before next session.
Cool.
But as everybody beds down for the night, it's a nice quiet evening. Like I said, gentle breeze. It's comfortable. It's a little chill, but the fires and stuff make everything more than enjoyable. You have a relative sense of peace and calm, especially with the watches and stuff that you have going on right now. But then all of a sudden, your peace is completely destroyed by this explosion rocketing through the air. And it's all of a sudden you look up as the night sky lights up, as if it's almost like as if the day is breaking for just a couple of seconds. And you look up and then rampaging through the heavens, a spectacle, just faster than a falcon, a mile-long tail trailing behind it, bigger than the moon itself for a second, and burning twice as bright. The outer self appears to be melting, bringing forth vapor from its burning pyre behind it, behind burning a tail of like cosmic fire. The atmosphere shakes, the ground beneath your feet quakes for just a half a second, and then echoing through the night air, everybody hears.
Cockadoo.
And that's where we're going to end the session.
Ah,
Oh, how
Well,
interesting.
okay then.
that's great.
Oh, this seems like a movie
Like
reference.
that. Woo!
Cockadoo. Music to my ears.